right, and hello everybody. Had some random issues, so I'm just going live just to do a random stream. It was a little bit of scheduling conflicts, so yeah, I'll just wind up doing this random ass stream just because. So I felt bad because I hate having something scheduled and then not being able to do it, not being able to go live. Plus, I never shot. Apparently, I can shoot in YouTube Studio. So I'm giving this a go. How's everybody doing today? Um, yeah, I'm just going to sit here, say hi. I wanted to go live. Thank you. I appreciate it. How is everybody doing? Hello, Justice for Depp. Good to see you here. Yeah, scheduling issues happen. So, um, the thing I was supposed to do today, I kind of had to push back, and I hate having to schedule something and not do anything and not give a very good explanation. So, I decided just to hang out with you guys for a little bit because I still wanted to stream today. I wanted to go live. And I know that some people can't catch my streams at night. So here I am. I'm going to randomly talk about stuff and have some fun. When you have guests on, sometimes you set things up and you miss people and things don't go according to plans. So yeah. I know YouTube, when you stream through them, they're really good about getting the notification out. When you stream through another streamer, for some reason, I go through StreamYards a lot, so they don't tend to put my notifications out as quick. I think there's a delay or something like that. I'm streaming through YouTube directly right now, so I think my notification goes out like immediately as soon as I go live. So thank you for that, YouTube, I guess. So today I'm just gonna shoot the shit with the fans and talk to you guys. I wanted to say I put out a thread on Twitter. I put out a thread on whether or not people wanted me to do Dexter, and I got an overwhelmingly positive response. So I think I'm gonna cover some Dexter stuff in the chat. If y'all are interested in that, let me know, because that was one of my favorite shows, and I'm super excited about a show being revived that I feel like actually deserves it. I don't feel like the show got a decent resolution, so they want to cut. Yep, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. YouTube's very interesting. YouTube is a funny place, especially with what they choose in editing. Streaming through their thing, people get notifications instantly. If I go through StreamYards, it takes a minute even before I get notified, and I'm the one who did the stream. So it's very weird. Very weird indeed. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about that I got coming up. Tomorrow I'm doing a interview with Alma Redacted. I'm really looking forward to that. She's going to do a reading of Mr. Pop Culture PB. So that should be fun. I said, I don't want to know my future. I want to keep things ambiguous. So Mr. PB volunteered for that. Oh yeah. It's going to be fun tomorrow. Going to be some fun times. I'm doing that at noon. And I really, yes, PB. I really can't wait, because PB was like, oh yeah, I got to come on this one. I definitely want to be read. So I was like, okay, cool. Hey, Crom, what's up? Good to see you. And it's good to see everybody who's watching. I don't like to I forgot Shelby was doing a stream, so but I felt like I needed to do a stream because I hate promising people I'm going to go live on something and then I just don't show up. I think it's not very cool. So I figure I just come on here, BS, talk about some random things, and give you guys a good show. If you guys can't see, a little bit of side note. Here's our new couch. Look at that. Oh man, I love that thing. It's like a futon couch thing. I don't know. It's really cool. What's up? Oh, T Virus, Mr. T Virus himself, Terrence. Good to see you, Terrence. If you guys don't know, Terrence in the chat there used to come into the fandom zone. The man knows so much about DC stuff. And if you guys don't know, I'm a huge DC fan. I don't know who showed up to Perp's channel, but we had like a 2-hour talk about Marvel and DC and WandaVision and stuff like that. I didn't watch the last episodes because I'm currently not watching anything on Disney. But I've heard enough about it to comment. I watched the first 5 episodes, I think, before I stopped watching it. I didn't really have a problem with the show. I thought that they did a good job in doing something different. My problem with Marvel, and this is the argument I always get. And look, I'm a fan of Marvel too, but I feel like they have a formula and they stick with it. And everyone argues with me or whatever, but anything you watch has a formula. They have things that they follow where they win, where it wins for them and they get their audience. But the problem is that there's not enough projects thinking outside the box. I've watched tons of great horror movies and things like that, things that are doing something unique and interesting. And I'm tired of always watching the same thing. And I don't care if it's DC or if it's Marvel or if it's another product. A lot of things tend to stay in a safe box. And they don't really want to jump out of that box because it makes them money. Terrence says, WandaVision was fine, but they didn't do the things I wanted them to do. I think that was a lot of complaints with that show. Wookiee Supremacy, what up? Rebecca says, I have a queue of movies I need to watch. LOL. Dark Knight Rises, Deadpool, and the rest of Star Wars. Don't bother with the new sequel trilogy. You will be disappointed. Force Awakens was decent. Last Jedi is garbage. Rise of Skywalker is worse. Janie Davis says, just started the first episode of WandaVision because I'm running from spoilers. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen it. It was all right. Zod, as you know, I know a lot about DC and Marvel. There's so much knowledge in my head. It might start its own universe. I agree. I agree with you, Terrence. Rebecca, something funny about Star Wars. So here's the debate. If you guys don't know why I am not watching anything on Disney, there was a situation with Gina Carano. And look, I know a lot of people. They've been talking about this. Look, politically, I don't care where you fall on the fence, which side you choose or whatever else like that. I don't like to get into politics because it's a very touchy situation. But I will say this. There was a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes. And I don't like to get into the political end, but I don't agree with firing someone for having an opinion and then someone else made that opinion and you kept them. Yeah, I agree. Both sides should be fired. If someone makes the same statements and you fire one person but don't fire the other, that's a bias. And where have we seen that? We've seen that with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, right? Amber's still working in Hollywood and getting these big profile things, and Depp got fired from 2 major blockbusters. So for me, when you do something like that, you're taking a clear stance on who you're choosing. Just like in Star Wars, when you fire Carano, who apparently comes across as conservative views, but you don't fire Pedro, who appears to be having different views, then you're telling me you are taking a stance against one side of a political spectrum and not the other. And here's the thing that baffles me about this whole situation. Disney had a shareholders meeting, if you guys don't know. This thing was such a pandering joke. The new Bob's an idiot. I don't like him at all. And he is like the worst person I've seen at this company. I have no clue what he's doing. But the investors meeting, when you listen to the audio clips, he was like, oh boy, he's like, oh yeah, we stand for values and all of this stuff, right? So he gives this big long speech on why he fired her. He has the audacity to say, well, Disney has upstanding moral values, and we don't put up with that. Really, Disney? You have moral values? Okay, let's talk about your moral values. You shot a movie solely to pander to the Asian market, which, by the way, the Asian market rejected. You charged people who pay for your service an extra $40 to watch the film. And you gave credit in your movie to a concentration camp. And you're talking about how morally valued your company is? Come on, Disney, let's be real. Stop BSing us in the public. You're not morally, you're not a bastion of moral values, okay? If you're about the money, just come out and say you're about the money. I'll respect you more if you come out and be like, yeah, guys, our bad. We want to make this money. And, we didn't realize we shot next to a concentration camp. And that's what they did. That is purely what they did. And then they had their actress come out and defend the police, which was beating civilians for protesting. And by protest, I mean peaceful protesting, not, wrecking stuff, just walking around with signs or whatever. These police went into this crowd and beat men, women, and children. And this is the morally just Disney defending these people. Their lead actress starring in this movie came out and said, yeah, I support the police. I don't know. I don't know how to. Oh God, like I've seen so many videos and I've been trying to get a hold of this one YouTuber and she talks about it. She's from that region and she talks about how horrendous the movie is, how insulting it is, and the things going on in China. It's terrible. Yeah. And you can look this stuff up. There's this guy, Alien something. He's a film reviewer and he lays out the history of this Mulan film before he talks about the new version. And he talks about all the stuff that's been happening over there in China and how this was all laid out. Terrence says the Asian community is crazy huge. If you make something that's supposed to be for them and they reject it, that means they effed up. Very true. And that's the thing that makes me disgusted about this whole Carano situation. They have the nerve to fire her and claim a moral stance. But these are the same people who endorsed a government that is, beating their people and holding them back. And then this other Bob takes over, goes on a conference call and he only answers the questions that he wants to. And here's the thing about these investor meetings. They don't talk to you and me. They don't talk to normal people who want to go like, yeah, I didn't like the new Lion King remake because it was trash. And I didn't like the new Aladdin. They talk to people who are investors in the company. So you're going to get those gun ho like, Disney is the best. I've got my Mickey Mouse underwear from like when the mouse was first created and all of this other stuff. And they don't take any responsibilities for this stuff. Rebecca says it's all about saying the nastiest things people who are not alive anymore. So really, I'm not listening to the garbage about this new thing that, oh, Walt Disney is an awful man. I agree. I mean, name another company that can try to disavow the person who started the company. Now, look, I'm not saying Walt had the greatest worldviews, but at the same time, you got to remember the era that Walt came from. Okay, it was a very different time period, and this is the whole thing about cancel culture and what's going on, is that when these things came about, cartoons, certain people who ran companies and things like that, they were in a different time period. Some of this stuff was, I don't want to say socially acceptable, but more people didn't really bat an eye at it. Now we're in a new time where everybody wants to point out every single mistake that people make from like 20, 30 years ago. And I don't understand why. It's so ridiculous. Yes, I agree, D. I agree. And here's the thing. You can like certain products that a company puts out. But the problem is the company themselves. What ruins it for me is that, oh no, I didn't know your other channel was terminated. I'll check out your other channel, Terrence. Yeah, this is the thing that really upsets me, is that I don't have a problem with a company putting things out and people liking it. You should be able to like what you want to like. My issue is when the company makes statements themselves and they want us to feel bad about not liking something, and it's got garbage nonsense in it that I don't want to see. Look, I don't care about whichever side. I don't want to see things in my media that's telling me how bad of a person I am. I'm sorry. All of these things coming out with this messaging, and I'm sorry, I just don't feel like watching media that's telling me I'm a horrendous person. It's kind of counterproductive. It's like you don't want to be watching a piece of film, a show that's telling you how bad of an individual that you are, and that I agree. I agree with that, Janie Davis. And I got to be honest with you guys. I have no clue how to pull up the chat. So if I don't pull up your chats, forgive me. I've never streamed through YouTube, so I'm still learning how all of this works. This is actually my first time going through their thing, and I'm not really sure how to do it. Pin message. What is that? Message pin. No, I don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I still got to learn how this works. Oh, okay. All right, so that pins it to the top. Unpin message. Okay. All right. I'm still learning as I go with this, so I'm learning along with you guys. See, with StreamYards, I'm able to show the comment on the screen. So this is all a little weird and new for me. But you know, this is the thing. I don't understand. Uh, what's going on with this whole thing. Um, it's crazy to me. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to mute myself. Father Zod was on there, giving me a call. I apologize. Yeah, I just got a call from Father Zod. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm live." And he goes, "Now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm live talking to people." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So, yeah. Uh, but I was supposed to go live with someone, and uh, they just messaged me now, so I might go back to my stream and go live with my other stream because apparently time zones. Um, I'm asking them right now if I can go live with them. But yeah, the person I was supposed to have on the interview is on a different time zone than me, and apparently 2 hours behind me. So yeah, time zones, guys. Uh, I never. This is the thing that messes me up. I can never figure out the way these time zones work. So uh, sometimes someone will be 2 or 3 hours ahead of me in most cases. But sometimes people are 2 or 3 hours behind me. So I was supposed to interview someone and I didn't realize that 12 my time is like 10 their time or something like that. So when I posted it, they were actually earlier than me. Um, so yeah, I'm seeing right now if I could get them on. Yes, I agree. The modern world is complicated and people get offended for no apparent reason. But I wanted to do this quick video just to go live and say hey to everyone, see how everyone's doing. I'm going to go back and see if I can launch this interview with this person and see if I can get them on. I'm talking to them right now. But anyways, yeah, so thank you, everybody. Just wanted to say hey, wanted to say what's up, shoot the breeze a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I could get this person back on. I wanted to use the YouTube studio and see what the difference is. It's a little bit harder. I don't like the setup for this as much as StreamYards. I don't even know all the things you can do, but yeah. Anyways, thank you, everybody. Terrence, you know, send me your email again on like one of my videos so that I can email you, buddy, and maybe send you a link sometime and you can come into my channel. And thank you. Sorry to hear your channel got terminated or whatever. Thank you, D. It does take some time and practice. I'm new to this YouTube thing, to this being able to go live through their studio, all of this. So I'm gonna see if I could go back on here in a little bit. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.